Welcome back to Big Ben 65 Gaming here with another Bible video. Today we're going to cover 7 through 10 here, and in 7 through 10, let's start it. When everything was ready, the Lord said to Noah, "Go into the boat with all your family, for among all the people of the earth, I can see that you are lonely. Only our righteousness take with you 7 pairs of male and female of each animal have appeared for eating and what suffering, and taking one part or of each other's. They're also taking 7 parts of every kind of birds. There must be a male and female in each pair. Of every kind of bird, there must be a male and female in each pair to ensure that all life will save all the earth after the flood. 7 days from now, I will make the rain pour down on the earth, and it will rain for 4 days and 4 nights until I wipe from the earth all the living things I have created." So Noah and everything also the Lord commanded him. Noah was 606 years old when the flood occurred the earth. He went on board the boat to escape the flood. He and his wife and his sons, their wives with them, were all the various kind of animals. These appear for eating and for sacrificing, and these. His only know the 4. Let me go back to a page because that we're not alone with all the birds and the small animals that scattered along the ground. That they entered the boat in pairs, male and female, just as God had commanded Noah. After 7 days, the waters of the flood came in, covered the earth. When Noah was 600 years old, on the 7th day of the 2nd month, all the underground water escaped from the earth, and the rain fell in mighty torrents from the sky. The rain commanded to fall for 4 days and 4 nights. That very Noah, in going into the boat with his wife and his sons, Samuel, Ham, Joseph, and their wives with them. And the boat were paired of every kind of animals, in wind, large and small animals with birds of every kind. To abide to know they came into the boat, repping even living things that brave, and male and female of each kind entered, just as God had commanded Noah. The Lord closed the door behind them for 4 days. The flood waters grew deeper, covering the ground, and lifted the boat high above the earth. As the waters rose high and above the ground, the boat floated safely on the surface. Finally, the waters covered the height mountains on the earth, rising more than twice 22 feet above the highest peak. All of the living things on the earth died: birds, documents, animals, small animals that soar along the ground, and all the people, everything that breathed and lived on the dry land died. God wiped out everything living, stock, some animals that along the ground, and the birds of the sky, all were destroyed. The only people who survived with him in the boat, and the floodwaters covered the earth for 150 days. But God remained Noah and all the wild animals and livestock with him in the boat. He sent a wind to blow across the earth, and the flood waters began to resent. That underground water stopped flowing, and the rains from the sky were stopped. So the flood waters ground recorded from the earth after 150 years, after 5 months from the time the flood began, the boats came to rest on the mountain. 2.5 months later, as the water continued to go down, other mountain peaks became visible. After other 4 days, Noah opened the windows he had made in the boat and released a raven. The bird flew back and formed until the floodwaters on the earth had declined up. He also released a dove to see if the water had recorded to track and it could find dry ground, but the dove could find no place to land because the water still covered the ground. So it returned in the boat, and Noah had out his hand and drew the dove back inside. After waiting other 7 days, Noah released the dove again. This time the dove This time it is not coming back. Noah was 601 years old on the first day of the new year, 10.5 months after the flood began. The flood waters dried up from the earth. Noah lifted back the covers of the boat and saw that the surface of the ground was dry. 2 more months went by, and at last the earth was dry. Then God said to Noah, "Leave the boat, all of you, and your wife, and your sons, and their waves. Release all the animals, the birds, the livestock, and the small animals that along the ground, so they can be faithful and multiply through the earth." So Noah and his wife and his sons and their waves left the boat pair by pair. Then Noah built an altar to the Lord and said, "There is he as but BURNT offers the animals and birds that had been approved for that purpose." And the Lord was pleased with the sacrifice and said to him, "I will never again curse the ground because of the human race. Even through everything they think or childhood, I will never again all living stock things as long as the earth remains where there will be plants and have cold and heat, summer and winter, days and nights." Then God blessed Noah and his sons and told them, "Be faithful and multiply fully the earth, all the animals of the sky, birds of the sky, all the small animals that scurry along the ground, and all the fish in the sea will look on you with fear and terror. I have placed them in your power. I have given them to you for food, just as I have given you grain and tables, but you must never eat any meat that still has the life blood in it. And I will request the blood of anyone who takes other person's life. If a wild animal kills a person, it must die. And everyone who murders all the fallen humans must die. If anyone takes a human life, that person's life will also be taken by human hands. For God made him human being in his image. His own image. Now be faithful and multiply and reply the earth. Then God told Noah and his sons, I humble confirm my covenant with you and with all the animals that were on the boat with you, the birds, the livestock, and all the wild animals, every living creature on the earth. Yes, I am covenant with you. Never again will flood worse kills. God says he will never flood the earth again, y'all. Flood waters on the creatures. Never again will a flood destroy the earth. Then God said, I am giving you a sign of my covenant with you and with all life's creatures, for all given to come. I have faced my... You also know what that word is. I'm not gonna... Rainbow in the clouds. It is the sign of my covenant with you and with all the earth. When I sent clouds over the earth, the rainbow will appear in the clouds. And I will remember my covenant with you and with all livestock creatures. Never again will the flood waters destroy all life. When I see the rainbow in the clouds, I will remember the covenant between God and every life creature on earth. Then God said to Noah, yes, this rainbow is a sign of the covenant. I am covenant with all the creatures on earth. Their 3 sons of Noah came on the boat, people who knew populating the earth. After the flood, Noah began to cover the ground, and he planted all very creature. One day he drank some wine he had made. Becomes drunk and laid naked inside his tent. Human, the father of Canaan, saw that his father was naked and went outside and told his brothers. Then Shimon and Joseph took a robe, held it over their shoulders, and back into the tent to cover their father. As they did this, they looked the other way, so they could not see him naked. When Noah woke up from his step, he learned that what Ham has young son and done. Then he cursed Canaan, the son of him. My Canaan, might he be the lowest of 7 to his wife. Then Noah said, the Lord, the God of Shema, be blessed, and my Canaan has 7. My God explains the church of Joseph. My Joseph shares the population of Shema, and my Canaan be his 7. Now with other 350 years after the great flood. He lived 950 years, and then he died. Number 10. This is the essence of the Ham and the 3 sons of Noah. Many children were born to them after the great flood. The documents of Joseph were Jovis, Table, Marcia, and Thieves. The documents of government were Riphath. The documents of Jovi were as well. They were decided because of the surface population that spread out of Vision land. The desert of Ham were cursed, much of part put in Canaanites. The disciples of Cash were Sebehavilah, and the documents of were Sheba and Dedan. Cash was also the active who was the first warrior of earth, since he was the greatest hunter in the world. His name became providence. People would say, "This man is the great hunter in the world," and he built his kingdom in Lord of with the city of Babylon and Erech. From there he is spec. As terrifies to build the city, Nazarene, and raised the great city location between Nazarene and Cohen. Nazarene was the other of the later Anamites, in the God from Warm, the Canaan's oldest son was other. The son Canaan was also the answer of the Jos Amorites, Girgashits. Other from Sidon in the north, to the Greek as Gaza in the south, and east as fair as near legend. This were the documents of human identity by clan, terrify, and nation's identity. Sons were also born to Sem. The oldest brother of Joseph, Tom, was the Easter of all the documents of Eber. Documents of Simon were Elam, Asshur, Arphaxad, Lud, and Arm. The daughters of Arm were Hel, Gather, and Mush was the father of Simon, and so was the father of Ab. And the two sons, the first was named Peleo, which means division. For during his lifetime, the people of the world were divided into different groups. His brother's name was Joktan. Joktan was the usher of Abraham. Hadoram Uzal. Some righteous sprinter in the eastern mountains. These were the documents of Simon, identity, clan, Laos, terror, nation identity. These are the clans that they're scared from Noah, sons, represented by nations across to their lines of documents. All the nations of the earth decided from their clan after the great floods. That's the end of 8, I believe 7 through 8. Let's have a prayer real quick. And Lord, we hope everybody that's out there today, tomorrow, every day of the week. Help me today, tomorrow. Help everybody that goes through stuff every day. And help people understand the Bible. And help us out. I love you, God. I cannot. Everything I do goes through the Bible and the Old Testament. It all is you forming us. All of us. We're in the New Testament, God. Please help me today. Please show us the path. All of us a path, me a path. All of them that's out there a path. Help us tonight, tomorrow night, every day of the week. Amen. Amen.